welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new, you're also welcome. It's been a while, it's been a long time, almost 6 months, if it's not already 6 months. And I've been a while because I moved and I also had surgery, so it was all a bit much, and I just put YouTube on a hold basically. But now, I'm filming this from my new home. I recovered from my surgery, and I was like, you know what? It's time for a video because it's really time for you guys to see what I've colored in the last couple of months. I'm gonna show you the pages that I colored from November till April. So it's gonna be, quite some pages, but not like a whole lot because I haven't colored that much because of all the things that was going on or that were going on. Yeah, so as you can see, I've changed my videos a bit, and that's because my video setup is still not what I want it to be. So I'm going to work with a voiceover and just, footage like I'm showing you right now. And I am also going to do voiceovers over the videos that I make of the pages that I colored. So sometimes you will see my hands, and and it's not going to be synchronized with what I'm saying, but that's because I'm also talking in those videos, and I think it's a little bit easier that way. But talked enough, explained enough. Let's just show you the first books. So the first coloring book that I'm going to show you is my Tiny Forest coloring book. You're going to see my hands, by the way. I am talking, but I muted that away. So this book is done by Nina Charner, and my camera doesn't really want to focus over here. But it's a very cute book if you haven't seen it, but you probably have. And I colored this very cute scene, this birthday scene, because April is my birthday month, so I really wanted to color something with that theme. And I colored it by the end of the month, 28th of April. My birthday is actually on the 5th of April, so a little bit late, but still in time, What I used for this page are my alcohol markers, and I've used my Coloursoft pencils. The animals are done with the Colorsofts, and also the berries and the mushrooms, or mushroom I should say. Yeah, and it's just a simple cute page, not much to say about it, and yeah, I had a lot of fun coloring this one. So the next book that I colored in April was from Hannah Carlson, Tales from Atlantis. I've got a Dutch version of this book, and I bought this book somewhere in December, and I still haven't colored in it, so I decided that definitely needed a change. So I colored this one, the seahorse, a literal seahorse. And what I used for this page is on the background I used a watercolor paint from Schmincke called Super Granulation watercolors, and they granulate like amazingly. So that's definitely something I would recommend if you're looking for some really nice granulation paints. The rest of the horse is done with my Chromaflows, and I also use some metallic pens. My edding pens I used, and pens from Spectrum Noir. I'm not a huge fan of those. They're not very sparkly, but the edding pens are. And here you can actually see the shine of the page. Yeah, and that's it. I think I like this page. I like what I've done with it. And yeah, that's the book. The third book already. I also colored in Boule de Poix in April. And this is like one of these books that I absolutely missed during the move, during the time that it was in a box. So eventually, when I unpacked all of my stuff, I knew I wanted to color in this book pretty soon. So yeah, in April, I finally found some time that I could color this page, and it's a really really cute page with a cat and some butterflies. It's very springy. I used my Luminance pencils for this page and some paint pens for the flowers. And right here I'm trying to zoom in so you can actually have a better look. It's a small book, of course. Yeah, not that much that I can tell you about it. It was fun to color, and I'm just glad I colored a second page in this book. I haven't colored enough in this book. It deserves a lot more love, I think. So yeah. Oh, and here I'm pointing out that the flowers are done with paint pens. Yeah, love this page. So that's by Diane Devore, Furballs in English. So the next book that I colored in is 50 Woodland Miniatures by Camelia and Jakova. What I did is I colored the name page. For this book I used my Pro markers, alcohol markers, some white gel pen and some sparkle marker from Spectrum Noir. And I will show you a little bit later the shine in the letters because I've used it on the letters. But you're not going to see it because you can only see that in real life basically and not on video. This is one of these books that you're gonna see a lot of. I've got a couple of books that I colored in a lot the past couple of months. This is one of them. So there are a couple of other months that you're gonna see this book. And this is just the first page that I'm going to show you. And yeah, I absolutely adore her work. Very relaxing for me to color these kind of coloring books. And as you can see, not a lot of shadow work, none of that. Just keep it simple, keep it straight, you know. Yeah, so 50 Woodland Miniatures by Camelia and Jakova. So, the last page that I did in April, well, actually the first page that I did in April was Happy Moments by Coloring Heaven. And I did this page, New Beginnings, because it really is a new beginning for me. Yeah, this page I only use my Chroma Flows and a little bit of the sparkling markers from Spectrum Noir, some of the clear ones. And yeah, I'm really proud of this page, to be honest. I really liked how it ended up. Now, like I said, this was like the first page I finished in April, and that's because I'm showing you guys all of my pages in chronological order, but then like backwards. So the first page that I showed you was the last one I colored by the end of April, and now we're just going back in time basically. So the next books that you're gonna see are first the books from March, then the books from February, and so on, all the way back to November. And yeah, I'm really proud of this page. Can't say it enough. Really like what I've done with it, the colors that I used. Yeah. So the next book that I'm going to show you is by Rita Berman. I colored this one in March. Yes, we arrived in March. I colored in Mijn Reis door Afrika, and this is actually also quite a new book for me. I bought this one sometime around January. And I bought this book for €6. So, I mean, I could not say no to it. And it got that kind of a price to it. So, but I hadn't colored in it yet. So I decided to color in it, and I colored this page. And what I used are my, let me look it up. I have it right here. Inktense. Yes, I used my Inktense pencils because I love Inktense with Rita Berman. I also used some Edding pens, the gold ones, and I used some white Signo gel pen. And that's it. Kept it very, very simple and just really worked, you know, with color and let the colors speak out. Yeah, I really like the end results. The colors that I used for the birds are real colors that are, you know, you really have birds in Kenya that are like this, a bit like this. Anyways, that's Mijn Reis door Afrika by Rita Berman. So the next book I colored in is also a new book, and that's Floating 3D Mandalas by Tabitha L. Barnett. I do hope I pronounce her name correctly. And yeah, I kind of got like a thing with mandalas the last couple of months. I also have another mandala book that I absolutely enjoyed coloring in. So I decided to buy another book, and I saw this one on one of the coloring channels. I can't remember which one anymore, but I really like this one because it already has like it's like a 3D book, you know, so you have the shadow in it. I colored this one, and I did this one with my Ohuhu water-based markers, and yeah, I just kept it simple. You really can do that in these books, and that makes it so extremely relaxing, the color in these kind of books. Yeah, there's not that much I can tell you about this page, except, oh yeah, right here I'm just showing you guys the shadow, the grayscale basically that they put on the pages, so you don't really have to, and that's, yeah, great, I think, if you just want something to switch your mind off, you know, take your mind out of things. So yeah, I love this book. New 3D mandalas. So the next book is definitely something different, something that you don't see that much here on ColorTube. And that's, I did a page from the Elder Futhark, coloring book of Nordic runes. So this is just a book full of Nordic runes. If you like that, if you know the meaning of those runes, then this could actually be a very fun book. So what I colored, and I hope that I'm going to show you guys. Yes, I am. I colored Berkano, and this rune is pretty special to me because it's a very feminine rune, and you know, it's just, I guess it's my favorite rune. It's all about fertility and growth and, you know, those kind of topics. Now what I used for this page is I used alcohol markers from Spectrum Noir. I don't really like those markers, but I will go into that, you know, in another video. I used my super golden markers on the letters, and I also believe that I used it on the runes themselves, you know, the golden stuff that you see. And my paint markers for the background, the purple background that you see. And yeah, that's it. You know, it's a simple page. You can do with it whatever you want. But I do like coloring these kind of things, and, you know, basically a little bit like reflecting or meditating on the rune. There's no author. I just know the title of the book. So, The Elder Futhark. So the next page I'm going to show you is from Mindful Mandalas Art Therapy. Like I said, I really got into the mandala thing because you don't really have to think about it. You can just use whatever kind of color you want to. You don't have to use shadows, that kind of things. I don't really want to think about it when I color these kind of pages. I just want to slap on some color. And this is the latest page basically that I did in this book. I did it in March in the hospital, actually, right before I went into the operation room. So yeah, I didn't finish it back then. I finished it when I got home, but I only used warm colors, and what I used were my um, Fibralos, so brush markers from Caran d'Ache, and those are some really nice water-based markers actually from Caran d'Ache. If you can get your hands on it, I would highly recommend it. Yeah, not that much I can say about a mandala. So, except that this book has great paper. So, Mindful Mandalas by Art Therapy. So, the next book. The next book is by Vivi Tinta, Gummy and Pecky. Super cute coloring book. I colored actually in this book a couple of times, so this is the first time that you're gonna see, but there are some other pages that I've done in this book that you will see later on in the video. So this is a book that will return. Yeah, so I do believe that it takes a while before I'm actually gonna show you the page. For some reason. But what I did is I really wanted to color the two characters in the beginning where they are basically being introduced. So I decided to color those two pages, and this is one of them. And I believe it's Pecky because I do think that Pecky is the bird, and I colored the bird. And yeah, right here. Here it is. This is the page that I colored, where you know all of the favorite things of Pecky are on one page with Pecky herself, of course. And yeah, it's really cute. I used, of course, my alcohol markers and my pro markers to be exact, from Winston and I want to say Winston Churchill. No, Winston and Newton. I really like those markers and some white gel pen, and that's it. So, Gummy and Pecky by Vivi Tinta. So, the next page that I'm going to show you is from Gnomes in the Neighborhood by Denise Klett. And we're actually arrived right now in February already. Actually, we already did that with the latest page that I showed you from Gummy and Pecky. But anyways, so this is Gnomes in the Neighborhood. And I did a really nice page that I'm going to show you in a little while. And I really like her books. I also bought the newest book, Goblins in the Hollow, I believe. I haven't colored in it yet, but will soon, pretty soon. So this is the page that I colored, and I call it Winter Pig. Like they all taking a picture together. And I did this one with my Pit Artist pens. I used a little bit. I used some alcohol markers on it. I used my Prismas on it. I used some white gel pen on it. Yeah, and I really like the end result. Maybe like the shadows that I colored in, like on the snowman or snow woman, I should say, are a little bit too dark, especially the right one. And there's one thing that I did notice about the paper when it comes to the books of Denise Klett, and that's when I work with my markers, my alcohol markers, on her paper, then for some reason, if I do a background, for instance, like a sky, not even by the end of the page, my marker is completely dry. I mean, it just sucked out all of the ink. So something tells me that that's the paper that she's using and that it really absorbs a lot of ink. So I've also have seen this in another book that I will show you guys later. But I was wondering if you guys also have noticed this about her paper, or maybe some other books that just absorb so much ink that by the end of the coloring, basically, if you're coloring a sky, by the end of the sky, you're out of marker. So that actually has happened to me with this page and also the other page that I'm going to show you from her other book. So here we are back again to my mandala book, Mindful Mandalas Art Therapy, and I did another page in February. I did this one with just blue colors, and I also used my Vibrello brush markers from Caran d'Ache, trying to do as many color combinations that I can think of with just 10 markers, because I only have 10 markers from this brand. Yeah, I like the color combination, of course. I mean, it's blue, blue, purple. What's not to love about it? That's a very good combination. Yeah, and there's not that much I can tell you about mandalas. So, Mindful Mandalas Art Therapy, Volume 1. So, and hereby we have arrived in January. And the last page I did in February was actually by Morgan O'Brien, Any Day. And I really wanted to color something different from Christmas, different from winter, not anything like that. So I did this bad scene, and I absolutely love this page. I really like what I've done with the color palette. I've only used Prismacolors for this one, not even white gel pen, no, nothing of that, just Prismas, that's it. And yeah, I love the end result. I wouldn't mind if my bedroom actually looked like this. Wouldn't mind at all. And I really like what I did with the candles that are down on the floor, and how the light reflects on the leaves of the plants and on the floor, on the bathtub. Really like that, and yeah, really proud of this page. So the next thing I colored in January was, of course, in Gummy and Pecky. I colored the other introduction page of Gummy, and that's this one. And again, I just used my Pro markers, and I used some white gel pen, and that's it. Kept it simple, kept it easy. Yeah, I like it for what it is, and that's about it. I don't really have that much that I can tell you about this page, because they're really, really simple. So we have another page from Mindful Mandalas, and I do believe this is like my last. No, not my last. There's another page after this one in this book, but it is not this one, of course, because we have already seen this one, and not this one. It's this one. So what I used for this page were my Tombows, actually. I only have the pastel set from Tombows. I do like the color combination. I used purples, blues, and yellows. And maybe I overused the purples a little bit. I could have toned that one down and a little bit more blues, maybe. But still, I like this page, and well, it's a simple page in Mindful Mandalas. And here we are back to 50 Woodland Miniatures. Like I said earlier in this video, it's a book I colored in a couple of times in the last couple of months because I love it so much. And for this month of January, I colored the lynx or a bobcat. I don't know exactly what it is. It's one of those two. And I really like it. I've done this one with my Pro markers, a white gel pen, and what I really like are my blue mushrooms. Um, yeah, it's a simple page. I enjoyed it, and yeah, there is actually a couple of pages coming up in this book. At least one. At least one. And then we have Droomreis from Maria Troll. And I am really, really proud of this page. It took me a long time to finish it, and I finally finished it in January. And I colored this piece completely with my Prisma pencils, and that's it. There's no white gel pen, no nothing of that, just pencils. And yeah, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful page, and I'm really proud of this page. So here we are back to Mindful Mandalas again, and this is the second to last page, and I'm going to show you. And this is the page that I colored with purples, greens, and orange. I used my Fibrello brush markers from Caran d'Ache again. And like I said before in my a little bit earlier in the video, I really want to try out as much color combinations as I can with 10 markers. So this is the second combination that I did in this book. And here we have Magical World from Johanna Bashford. I've got the Dutch edition of this book, and I colored, let's see if I can find it, this page. And what I used for this page were just Prisma pencils and a little bit of white gel pen on the jewel that you see in the middle of the page. And that's it, not that much, just a simple page, and I really like how it turned out. So, and here we have 50 woodland miniatures again, and this time it is the last page that I colored for now in this book, and it's this one. It's, yeah, this one. It's the animals at the wishing well. So we have a little beaver, a little snail, and a little frog. And I colored this page with my Pro markers and some Signo Uniball white gel pen. And yeah, again, not that much that I can tell you about this page because it's quite simple and easy. And here we have the final page of Mindful Mandalas. It was the first page that I colored in this book. I bought this book around the end of December, early January, something like that. And this is the page that I colored. It's also done with the Fibrello brush pens. And yeah, I really like the color combination that I used here. It was a lot of fun coloring this page, and it made me realize that I like mandalas better than I thought I would like them. So Mindful Mandalas by Art Therapy. And here we are in the month of December, so the pages that I colored in the month of December, and I ended this month with Small Victories from Johanna Bashford. And I finally finished a long time whip, and it's this dinosaur page. What I used for this page were my Chroma Flows and some Faber-Castell Pitt pens, and the top dinosaur and the dinosaur below are done with a base of Pitt pens, and the middle dinosaur that's in the middle is done with just ChromaFlows, and I did put some ChromaFlows also on the other two dinosaurs, and the rest is also done with just pencil. I like the page, it's a fun page, and it's just a fun book to color in. Then we have Cozy Critters, Cozy Haven by Nia Nora. I colored in this book a Christmas page, and what I really like about this book, it is, you know, cute and cozy, but it's a little bit more detailed. So, and what I tried to do on this page is I used my alcohol markers, and what I did is I grabbed a bluish grayish color, a light bluish grayish color, and just colored in all of the shadow parts, and then went over with like the normal color I would use. So for instance, the Christmas tree that you see over here. For the greens, I put down the blue grayish color for the shadow, and then I just put green and red on top of it, and that's how you get this light source effect from the fireplace. Yeah, the only other thing that I used were my white gel pens, and that's it. And if you do hear some clicking in the background, that's my husband sitting next to me playing a game. Then we have Amy Brown with Fairies Volume 4. And this is a wonderful coloring book that I found on Amazon. I really like the artwork of Amy Brown. And I colored this fairy, and I turned her into some snow, ice queen, snow, ice fairy, winter fairy, something like that, because of the fur that you see. Yeah, there, the fur, and also, yeah, there. And I decided that I really wanted to give her like a winter theme. So what I used for this page were my ChromaFlows. I used some Faber-Castell metallic pens. I used my Edding golden pen. I used some stickles on the wings. I used my Signo white pen, gel pen, white gel pen. And I think that the end results are really, really nice. So, and then we have by Vivi Tinta Fuzzy Heuge Christmas Vibes. I do believe you pronounce it as Heuge, something like that. And what I colored in this little book, I will show you right now. And it's this toy shop peek page. I really liked it with all the little toys and the Christmas tree and everything. Yeah, it's a cute page. I used my apparently I used my permanent markers for this one by Staedtler. I also used some alcohol markers and a Sigma white gel pen, and that's it. Kept it simple, kept it cute, and that's really all that matters to me with these kind of pages. And here I have another Christmas page for you from Christmas Gnomes by Theresa Goodrich. And I colored actually a whip that I started in 2023 and I finished in December 2024. And what I used for this page is a lot actually. Paint pens. You know, I do know that the background is completely with a black paint pen. Then my permanent markers by Staedtler, my metallic paint pens, and some ChromaFlows pencils. And I really like the end result. Yeah, fun page. It's fun to do. And we have another Christmas page done. And here we have another Christmas page in Birds in the Forest. At least I think it's a Christmas page because of the cute little Christmas hats that these birds have. And I will show you, well, not this one, but this one. And as you can see, they have all very cute Christmas hats on. So for me, this was a Christmas page. And I colored this one with my alcohol markers, my artist pit pens from Faber-Castell. Let me see, what else did I use? My Polychromos pencils and some white gel pen. And of course the stamps in the background. Yeah, fun page. And I also had this problem with my background, the sky that I colored. I used an alcohol marker for that, and it was completely dry when I came to about half of the page. And this was a marker that I haven't used that much. So also, you know, I keep saying it, this page really sucks ink. And you can really see that we are in the month of December because I have another Christmas book here for you by Matchstick Mouse, a Christmas coloring book. And I actually bought this book back in 2023, but I started coloring in it in 2024, December 2024. And I colored this book, Decorating the Tree. And what I used for this page is my alcohol markers and my Prisma coloring pencils and some metallic paint pens. And I will show you, I believe, in a little while how shiny these are. And I also use actually some stickles on his or her hat. So, and here you can actually see how shiny the page is. And it was a lot of fun coloring this page. And I also did a page in Cute Cozy Gnomes. It's a very, very cute book, but I am thinking about destashing this book because it is made out of stock footage. And you can see that because the art style of the book is very different from, well, page to page basically. And there are some very, very cute pages in this book, but there are also some pages I don't like, and I don't, you know, it's not very original to steal someone's artwork and put it in a coloring book. Anyways, I colored this page, a gnome with some hot chocolate, and what I used for this page is some alcohol markers, my chroma flows, and some white gel pen. And I really, really like this page. And that's also the reason why it's still in my collection, because there are a couple of other pages that are in this style basically, and that's the reason why I bought this book. But I'm not sure if that's like good enough reason for me to keep it. And here we go back to Johanna Bashford's Magical Worlds. And I'm actually going to show you the first page that I colored in this book. And I'm really proud of this page. I really like what I've done with it. And let me explain. I added a background to this page. So the mountains that you see over here. And I put in a moon. And yeah. So that was my first idea. I needed a little bit more like context where the castle was, standing. And the rest of the products that I used my Polychromos, I used my Albrecht Dürer for the background, I used my white Pitt artist pen, and I used a little bit of paint pen on top of I believe some parts of the castle. And here I pointed out where I put the paint pen, and here you can actually like see it shine because it's a metallic paint pen. And what I'm really, really proud of is how the light of the moon is shining on the water, and how it reflects. I really like what I've done with that. So yeah, this for me was definitely a success. And here we go to November. And I'm gonna show you the last 4 pages that I colored, because I did not color that much in November. And the first one is in Fuzzy Heuge Christmas Vibes. And I colored the page First Snow, which is actually in the beginning of the book. So this one. And I colored this one with alcohol markers. And I even forgot to color the stars, as you can see. I did not color the stars. Oh, I think I have to go back in and color those. But the rest of the page, I really like what I've done with it. And yeah, again, simple page, just the way it's supposed to be. And we have the last page that I'm going to show you from Gummy and Packy, which was actually the first page that I colored in this book. And I colored this one with my Faber-Castell dual markers and my brush markers from Faber-Castell, the Pit Artist pens. And that's also the reason why it's a bit streaky. And I don't like streaky, so I don't use these markers that much on this kind of paper, because just it doesn't work. That's basically it. But still, I do like the page. I like the color combinations. I try to turn their bed into like a gold, and I don't know if I guess I kind of failed at that, but still, cute page, and I like it. So this was like the first Christmas book that I colored in back in November. And this is also a book that I already destashed, and that's because there's a lot of AI art in it, and also like the artwork, it's all over the place basically. We have some really cute pages like this one that I colored, and for this page I used some paint markers and some alcohol markers, definitely some metallic paint markers, and that's it. Yeah, there's not that much I can tell you about this page. And here I'm showing you how shiny it is. But like I said, you know, this book is already out of my collection, because, you know, there really is no consistency between the pages, and I strongly believe there is also some use of AI trickery, basically. And then we have the final book that I'm going to show you, and the first book that I colored in back in November, and it's by Coloring Haven Happy Moments. And I chose this page. Fall is proof that change is beautiful. I really like this page, and what I used were my Faber-Castell dual markers and some polychromos. I just had my Faber-Castell dual markers, you know, so I really wanted to test them out, and I chose this page for it. And what I found out is that some of the markers are still a bit streaky. The yellow is just fine, but if we go and have a look at Mommy, then she's pretty streaky, and I don't like that. The rest of the page is just fine, and I really, really like it. So this was the final page that I showed you, and this is the end of the video. I hope you liked what I showed you. Please give me your thoughts about doing videos this way. I hope I can improve it. Yeah, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Till then, thank you for watching.